Hey guys, my name is Alec, and in today's episode, I will show you how to heat form and glue your Mandalorian armor out of materials that you probably already have or that are in stores and available for a cheap price.
Alright guys, so now that we have finished cutting our foam armor parts, we're gonna start doing a process. It's called heat forming. Well, normally you would use a heat gun to shape the foam into the shape that you want it to be, but since I don't have one, I gotta resort to methods that I had available. So I'm using a stove. But yeah, if you're using a stove as well, make sure it's not too high, and even if you're using a heat gun, make sure that you don't put the foam too close to the area where the heat is coming from. And yeah, just basically do this process until you get the piece of armor that you're heat forming into the shape that you want it to be. Alright, so now we're pretty much done with the gauntlets. That's good. And now I'm going to move on to the chest pieces and do the exact same thing I did last time, so that I get them so that they have the shape that I want them to have. And if you find it hard to mold the foam with your hands, then it's always nice to have some round object to work with. So it gives it that round shape that you're looking for, and also keeps your hands from burning. And yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty much done here. And now we're going to move on to gluing. I'm using something called contact cement, which takes approximately 20 minutes to dry. Once it's applied, you would need to apply it to both surfaces that are going to be glued on together. And then after the 20 minutes have passed, you will then have to connect both surfaces, and it will basically give it a very strong bond. Hence it's the name contact cement. Although I would let it cure for at least an hour, and I've learned this through multiple times of handling foam right after the glue had been applied and dried. And yeah, it certainly helps to just wait a bit longer. So you would repeat this process until all of your parts that need gluing are glued. It might be hard to do the small pieces, but in the end it should be something like this. Looks good, maybe kind of tricky, but it's definitely worth it. And yeah, now on to painting.
Alright guys, so now we have just heat formed and glued our armor pieces, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and always remember, the Force will be with you. Always.